Mauricio Pochettino said this in the recent press conference. It looks in the media like only I need to prove myself. It's always the coach needs to prove himself. But we're all responsible. We all need to prove that we deserve to be here next season. Shots fired, and I do think that most coaches in the Premier League or maybe in Europe will appreciate such comments. So let's talk about our games against Aston Villa that happened already this season. Let's talk about the injuries and how I think we will set up tomorrow. Currently, as you can clearly see right here, our injured team, in my opinion, can beat the current fit team probably 4-0, maybe even 5-0. I mean, Sterling, Nkunku, Chukwuemeka, Enzo, Lavia, Chilwell, Gusto, Reece James, Fofana, Colwill, and Sanchez all injured. I mean, this is a team that could definitely get into the top 6. With regards to Sterling, so Sterling suffered pain in his lower back. Carney felt something in his knee related to his problem before. We hope it's not as big of an issue and can be available as soon as possible. Well, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a more serious issue or if suddenly he plays again and then the next week he's out again. With regards to Reece James and Colwill, they are close but not available. Hopefully we can use more players towards the back end of the season and try to get as many points as possible to maybe secure an European spot. Now let's talk about our first game against Aston Villa this season. This was the lineup. We obviously lost the game. Malo Gusto got a red card as well. So we've got Mudryk, Fernandes, Jackson, Sterling as our attacking four. Behind them, Ugochukwu, Gallagher, then Chilwell, Silva, Disasi, Gusto, and Sanchez in goal. Why is that important? Well, if we look at the heat map, again, not surprising, right? More touches than Aston Villa. But what can you see here? Well, it's pretty clear that we have overloaded the right side of the pitch. So who played there? Well, you've got Gusto, you've got Sterling, and probably Disasi goes up. As we've seen, this is a pattern. Our center backs are playing extremely high. So it's going to be Gusto, Sterling, Disasi, probably Fernandes as well, all overloading this side of the pitch, which is also why you're seeing Aston Villa quite concentrated right here. And on the other side, with Mudryk there, well, Mudryk and Chilwell, shall I say, nothing really happens on that side of the pitch. In my opinion, a missed opportunity. Then looking at the shots, Chelsea had 10, Aston Villa 15, and as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 shots out of 10 came from the substitutions. And so as always, the story is again the same thing. More passes, more touches, but just because you control or you have more of the ball doesn't mean you actually do something material with it. Moving on to the next game, FA Cup, first leg against Aston Villa. This was the team. Chilwell, Disasi, left back, right back, then centre backs, Colwill, Silva, Petrovic in goal, Gallagher, Caicedo in the middle. You've got Cole Palmer as number 10, Sterling, Madueke out wide, and then Armando Broja as our striker. What happens here? Again, the same thing, overloading the right side of the pitch, although this time the left side a bit better. Maybe that's because we had Sterling there. Maybe that's because we noticed what happened last time. But overall, I mean, it's 0-0. Clearly, we were a bit more of a threat out wide because, I mean, in the middle, you can clearly see nothing really happened there. Aston Villa were not really that close to the danger zone. They were very concentrated in their half of the pitch. So I guess there's that. That result was in our favor-ish. They did produce more shots than Chelsea. They had 13 shots. Chelsea had 10 shots. We had more passes, more touches. So again, we go back to the same point, always the same thing. Just because you can control the game, control in a sense of possession, touches, passes and stuff like that, doesn't mean that you're pressuring the other team as much as you would like. Moving on to the second leg, this was the team. Chilwell, Gusto, Silva, Badiashile, Petrovic in goal, Caicedo, Gallagher, Madueke and Mudryk out wide with Palmer number 10 and Jackson number 9. Of course, during the game, those probably have switched around. But looking at the heat map yet again, you can see that actually in this game, Aston Villa did enter the danger area a bit more, which maybe that's why we had a bit more chances, because they were trying to pressure us a bit more, maybe left some spaces behind. So here, yet again, right side of the pitch for us, we overloaded that, a bit on the left as well. By the way, just because you see the right side of the pitch being highly, let's say, populated or heated, doesn't mean that it's only our white players there. No, Gusto is probably a reason, Gallagher as well, and definitely Disasi. We've talked about that in plenty of games. Our center backs are extremely high, so that definitely adds here to that heat map. Now, fortunately, this game we played very well. The players did exactly what they had to do, even out of possession, so we won 3-1. Was quite a strong game. We outclassed Aston Villa. And it showed, because this time shots equal 15-15. Passes very close, touches very close as well. So this was a game where Aston Villa, for example, close to same amount of passes and touches as us, but didn't really manage to put us in such big danger, or at least didn't take their chances. We, on the other side, for once, actually took our chances and, well, scored 3 goals, controlled the game. And so, for tomorrow, probably it's going to be Petrovic in goal. We're going to have Disasi or maybe Alfie play right back, depending on if he wants to play Chalobah and Silva as center back, and then Cucurella at left back. In the middle of the park, you're going to have probably Caicedo and Gallagher. Palmer is back, so he's going to play. And then, I guess we don't have really much choice, but Mudryk, Madueke, Nicholas Jackson, all going to play as well. And then, yeah, who else? Who else? That's the question, right? It's not like we have much choice. You're probably going to have plenty of youngsters on the bench. Yes, you'd had the likes of Badiashile on the bench. You're going to have Washington on the bench as well. And then maybe some under 18s, some under 20s. Who knows? Because, well, our injury list is quite long. So yeah, I do expect the usual suspects to start. Hopefully they have a good reaction, a positive reaction from the thrashing against Arsenal. Because, to be honest, we must take as many points as possible in the remaining games in order for us to at least play in some European competition next year. Would give us an advantage when it comes to transfers, some money coming in as well. So yeah, hopefully the players know that we are, well, at the end of the season and they have to give it them all. And if not, hopefully some players will be on the chopping block when the transfer market opens. So overall, that's about it. Do share your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one, which is probably going to be the review of the game, hopefully a positive one. Bye bye.